G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Draw with Jazza. I'm Jazza and this video is the showcase and the announcement for the winners to the April 2017 Challenge of the Month, which was called TRADIGITAL, where artists were encouraged to depict a fusion or clash or interaction between traditional and digital art or artists. I was pleasantly surprised as to the amount of entries this month. There were over 1,400 entries, so insert another disclaimer as I usually do as to how difficult these things are to judge. While I can't showcase everyone who participated in this showcase video, I do put together a slideshow which has all of the entries put to some music, so I'd highly encourage you to go check out that video. The link is in the card and in the description. Once again, it has all of the entries to this month's Challenge of the Month, which while there are a lot of entries, there are so many awesome ideas and so much passion and time and effort and enthusiasm that was put into this Challenge of the Month, which I sincerely appreciate. So a huge thank you to everyone who has participated. But without further ado, it's time for the showcase of the April 2017 Challenge of the Month. TRADIGITAL. I feel like I need to say it like a more epic way. Traditional is like traditional, and digital is like digital. So I guess I'd call it TRADIGITAL. Nailed it. Finn Island's piece entitled My Grandfather, acrylic 64x47cm traditional submission with a really naturalistic left side and a very modern geometric looking right side of the piece. Tesha Zafran's piece called Line Liquid, The Power Struggle has really cool contrasting aesthetics between the hand and the water. I had to double check if the water was a photograph. No, it's painted by hand, it's watercolor. It's amazing. Lauer Jim's piece Worlds Apart has such a cool representation of the traditional and the digital longing for each other and reaching out and touching like these two characters here with a very nice aesthetic. Elise Rhapsody's piece called United We Stand, Divided We Fall depicts a woman who has two halves, traditional and digital. I love the styles with which she's represented both and the imagery, props and iconography each side. CK Creative's piece depicts digital meets traditional, where we have an alien-like arrival of Wacom and a stylus, and you can see on board the ship is Photoshop, Illustrator and a Tank Man character, meeting a whole crowd of traditional art suppliers who are drawn in a much more naturalistic way too. It's really cool contrasting aesthetics and dramatic scene. Hissy's piece Learning Curve has a really nice layout with traditional pieces going through the development through and towards a digital piece. I love the way this piece encapsulates the progressive path and creative freedom of an artist. Mackenzie Strutker's piece Al has a left side which looks far more digital and geometric and a right side which looks much more naturalistic and realistically shaded, created traditionally on a large scale in a very impressive way. Pundiful's piece Style and Stylus has a digital tablet stylus saying, "I've got more style than all of you." Get it? Because he's a stylus. And he's got style. Dan Lol Watermelon's piece Warm and Cozy depicts a traditional and digital artist working together on a warm and cozy day. I love the aesthetic here and the feeling of unity and the way two passionate but differently working people are depicted in a really unifying and aesthetically pleasant way. Agus S created a piece called Go 3D, where we have a two-dimensional Mickey created with traditional pencil and ink and a three-dimensional Mickey pulling the traditional art Mickey from off of the page. This is pulled off in such a clever way, and I like the way that they have paper and digital tablet in the background depicting more illustration and the way they seem to encapsulate and become a part of the image that this artist has made. Agol 7's piece Not Entrance Allowed depicts JAZZA'S nightclub, which of course is a super hip nightclub everyone wants to get into, but I guess for some reason I'm biased against traditional materials because only styluses and Photoshop seem to be allowed into the nightclub. Little Tiki Tori's piece The War Against Two Mediums shows such cool contrasting colours and aesthetics between the traditional and digital mediums. I love the feeling of motion and the ambition of the piece. Stuttgart's piece Tug of War really effectively combines the digital and traditional pieces conflicting and pulling a character between the two. This artist has made a great effort to seamlessly integrate the two mediums into one seamless scene, and they have done so extremely effectively. Ricky Hansen's piece The Two Worlds worlds finally meet shows a very attractively painted female character, digitally painted but surrounded by swirling clouds of paper and illustrations. Citrusec's Tradigital Bob Ross is a very cool, sharp and geometrically styled Bob Ross painting, but of course he's painting on a Cintiq device. I love how effective and clear the scene and imagery is with such minimalism to the visuals. A JAZZ'S piece, Nevertheless There Is Magic, shows a little boy from a digital world embracing a teddy bear from a traditional world. This is a heartwarming piece and it's very well executed. Genre Chow Studios piece Clash Robots vs. Wizards shows traditional artist wizards and digital art robots fighting in an isometric scene with two relevantly styled home bases in a scene that really makes me want this to be an actual video game. Please, someone out there make this a thing, because that would be awesome. B. Astion's piece Rodinspiration depicts a traditionally drawn and extremely well detailed and shaded representation of a very famous statue and a digitally drawn VR wielding Jazza looking at the model in 3 dimensions, and this is such a cool integration of the two different, very contrasting and extremely age-divided mediums united into one really epic concept. I love this piece by the awesome Artvark, who's depicted a character conflict of a character divided between 3 different mediums: traditional, digital in Photoshop, and digital in a 3D sculpting program, so well marrying these 3 different programs into the one piece, and a character dragged and pulled in 2 directions, pinned to the traditional and being pulled and held by the 3D modeling side. Frosty UK's Challenge of the Month entry shows a nice compilation of myself, Bailey J, and Mark Crilly, I believe referencing the collab we did where Mark Crilly used a lot of pencils, Bailey used a lot of markers, and I created my art piece digitally, and as you can see they have represented us in these respective mediums in a very humorous way. Fantastic work. Beanie Draw's piece shows a traditional versus a CGI T-Rex. It's hard to get more epic than this, and these characters and dinosaurs are drawn with such cool physicality and really ambitious drama. Gaurav Salunke's piece Defenders of Art is an ambitious scene depicting a whole bunch of adventurous artistic warriors engaging in epic combat. Artist A True Potato depicted a piece called Divided, where we can see a character divided between these 2 mediums, conflict or longing on her face as she is pulled between these 2 worlds. And last but not least, Beko's piece Tradigital has a fantastic mix of colors and representations of different mediums in what would be such a cool desktop background or phone background. Seriously, this thing should be on a shirt or like something. It just looks awesome and really pretty. Such awesome entries this month as usual. I'm blown away by the effort that people put into their entries, and honestly, it is a difficult decision to take those 1,400 entries and narrow them down to 24-ish showcase pieces and then just a handful of finalists for the open and beginner categories, but alas, that is my job, and a difficulty I'm willing to push through for the sake of these challenges, because it's such an amazing interaction and I'm so grateful that people put so much work into participating. It's amazing. Now, the challenge of the month is divided into 2 categories: the beginner category, which is reserved for people particularly new to art or very young, and then the open category for everyone else. Both categories have a first prize winner and a runner-up, and the open category has a pool of finalists. We'll get to that in a moment. So let's jump straight into the runner-up and the winner of the beginner category of this month's challenge. The runner-up to the beginner category is Coop Chan with a piece called Time and Space, where they've traditionally depicted a girl reaching out through swirls and gusts of wind to a digitally painted character, again being pulled away by similar swirls and gusts of wind. But I love the way that the traditional piece has been created and photographed on traditional paper, and the digital piece has been superimposed on top of that. It's ambitious, it's well executed, and very effective, and a fantastic contribution to the challenge of the month. The winner of the beginner category is M. Sims with a piece called Charge, where we can see a girl depicted between 2 mediums overwatching a battle between 2 different factions, the traditional and the digital factions. This piece is well composed with a lot of emphasis on midground, background, and foreground, an ambitious coloring style with, though a piece entirely entirely created traditionally a clear distinction between the two factions and coloring styles to show what is the digital and what is the traditional. Fantastic work. Congratulations to the runner-up and the winner of the beginner category of the challenge of the month. The beginner category runner-up will receive an item of their choosing from the JAZZA'Studios.com shop, which is where I sell a whole bunch of ebooks and video courses, photo reference packs, brushes, apps, and you get the idea. Just stuff I make and carefully craft for your educational and creative cultivational purposes. Wow, that sounds really fancy. It is sort of fancy. Go check it out. The winner of the beginner category will receive a signed copy of my How to Draw book, Draw with Jazza Creating Characters, as well as a Stillman & Byrne Epsilon Series 5.5 by 8.5 softcover sketchbook and an item of their choosing from the JAZZA'Studios.com shop. The beginner category winner will also receive 6 months premium SKILLSHARE membership, which is an awesome website with over 14,000 classes in illustration, drawing, design, and more. SKILLSHARE is an online learning community for creators. Everyone can take a class, try a project, or even teach a class themselves and make money by sharing their own skills with others. And they have a special offer for Draw with Jazza viewers where you can get a premium membership, which is usually $10 a month, but you can use the coupon code JAZZA2 or click the link in the card or in the description to get 2 months of full premium membership absolutely free. I should clarify that you need a credit card to sign up to get those 2 months, but you can cancel before your credit card is charged and you get those 2 months of using the site and accessing its courses totally free. And I will mention that the most recent video I released on this channel was an announcement video for a course I just released on Skillshare. Myself, I'm a Skillshare educator. Hooray! Golf clap. Thank you. Yes, I'm brilliant. I made a Skillshare course on, believe it or not, YouTube. How to stand out and build a business from YouTube on the foundation of integrity and building your passion into something with long-term sustainability. So if you're interested in that course or the other awesome courses on Skillshare, go check it out. You have a coupon code to access 2 months for free. The link is in the card and in the description. So now we move on to the runner-up and the winner of the open category of the challenge of the month, both of which are chosen from a pool of finalists which I bring together from all the entries and have chosen based on their delivery of the criteria I mentioned at the launch of the challenge, specifically the technical execution or quality of the artwork and the way that they depict the tradigital scene, mixing those two elements so that they're visually clear and visually appealing, and the creativity and ambition of their piece. And everyone who I've chosen to be a part of that pool of finalists will receive a free copy of my custom Photoshop brushes available at the JAZZA'Studios.com shop, which I use for everything. So let's jump into that pool of finalists. Claymore Concepts' piece for Tradigital shows 2 epic ships battling on the high seas, one being created with pencil and paper and the other a digital painting masterpiece. Who will win? I'm not sure, but this piece is epic. Artist Loss created a piece called The Line, showing an ocean's division between the digital and the traditional characters. The ambition of this piece is astounding, the motion is captivating, and the technical execution and the painting quality of this piece is nothing short of incredible. Fantastic work. William Berger's piece, The One Dreams of the Life of the Other. This artist has created a fantastic depiction of, I guess you could say, the grass is greener on the other side mentality in a very well executed and crafted piece as an entry to the challenge of the month. Fantastic work. Irma's Wart's piece entitled Nostalgia is a sepia tone piece showing a robotic Cintiq-like character sitting next to a bucket-like traditional art character in a very whimsical, charming scene. Reminiscent to me of WALL-E and a Pixar style with very clean painting and a really nicely composed scene and overall layout. Yao Kalo's piece called New World shows a digitally painted digital robot landing in a traditional world, which has been painted in watercolors, nicely contrasting styles to mix the two worlds into one. Finally, we've arrived to the runner-up and the winner of the open category of the challenge of the month. And the runner-up is H. Wrong with a piece called A Newcomer. This artist has attempted to depict the way that they felt entering into different areas of art and specifically into digital art, having worked in traditional in the past, and that welcoming feel of the way that these things can work together and be harmonious with each other. This piece is so well executed, has such a great aesthetic to it and really nice physicality in the characters and the scene itself. Very ambitious and very visually appealing. Fantastic work. Congratulations to our runner-up. You were receiving 6 months premium Skillshare membership with access to their thousands of courses. You'll also receive a signed copy of the art compilation book 21 Draw, the Illustrator's Guidebook Special Edition, as well as a brand new Stillman & Byrne 9x12 Epsilon series sketchbook and an item of your choosing from the JAZZA'S shop. Now, last but not least, we arrive to the winner of the open category of the April 2017 Challenge of the Month, TRADIGITAL. Nice. And the winner of the Challenge of the Month is Emerald Phoenix with a piece called Let's Reconnect, which, as you can see, is beyond epic and shows a swirl of colours and stylistically different mediums clashing and combining in what seems to be a match made in heaven. I love the way that the traditional side of the piece is reminiscent of much more naturalistic and interpretive styles of painting, and how the right side of the piece has a really cool street aesthetic to it, really hard edges and clean, solid colours, and the way that the design of the central characters so well represent the aesthetics that surround them and the styles that they have emerged from. Let me also add at this point that I go through every single entry of the Challenge of the Month without looking at an artist's name, and I only do that at the end once I've chosen the winners, and I'm so excited for Emerald Phoenix because this artist has contributed to the Challenge of the Month for years and has over those years improved so much, and I'm beyond delighted to see that their hard work and consistency is rewarded with the first prize, which they are so deserving of. So Emerald Phoenix, a huge shout out to you. I notice this sort of thing and I'm so proud of you and so grateful that you've been a long-term contributor to this Challenge of the Month. Thank you for this amazing contribution. Congratulations to our first prize winner. You will be the lucky recipient of a medium Wacom Intuos Pro tablet. These are incredible, top-of-the-line, super sleek tablet with over 8,000 levels of pressure sensitivity, a batteryless pen and a pad with wireless capabilities and awesome shortcut keys and a rocker ring. It's an amazing device capable of hugely professional results and is the top of the line. I highly recommend Wacom and all of their awesome products, and their Intuos lineup cater from beginners to advanced artists. Go check out their stuff with a link in the card and in the description. The first prize winner will also receive 1 year's full premium access to Skillshare.com, again allowing access to their many thousands of courses, including mine, as well as an item of their choosing from the JAZZA'S shop. The winners of both the open and the beginner categories will both receive 1 year full supporter status on NEWGROUNDS.com, and speaking of NEWGROUNDS.com, I would encourage anyone who is a recipient of a prize to check their inbox on NEWGROUNDS, because that's where I contact you and tell you how to claim your prize. And to everyone else watching this, make sure to go check out NEWGROUNDS. If you have art, animation, music, games, or whatever that you want to share or even discover, NEWGROUNDS is, in my opinion, the best place to do that. It's an awesome community and it's been independent from the beginning, so go check it out. I want to take a moment to thank the sponsors to the Challenge of the Month. You can see all their logos on the screen and their links in the description. I'm really grateful that they are a part of the channel in this way. They really do make these challenges super exciting, and I can personally vouch for each and every one of their products and services. So my many thanks to them and my recommendations of them to you. That brings us to the end of this Challenge of the Month, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to check out all of the entries in the slideshow video. You can find the link to that in the description as well. And of course, make sure to stay tuned, because the next video on this channel is going to be announcing next month's Challenge of the Month. We have an extra prize next month, which is going to be super fun, and it's a theme I'm particularly excited about to see what you can do with. So stay tuned, and until next time, I'll see you later. Make sure to subscribe to my channel to see more of my videos. And while you're at it, check out my shop where I sell ebooks, brushes, photo references, video courses, and more. There's another video you might enjoy from my channel over there, and you can also check out my behind the scenes daily vlog channel, Daily Jazza. That's it for now, and until next time, I'll see you later.